All opinions are those of the participants making them and are not an endorsement of any position, program, religion, or political affiliation. DFG's Corner is for information, observation, and entertainment. I ask that you comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Well, with my family, especially family in Dominican Republic, they feel like money grows on trees. So a lot of times you have to, you know what I'm saying, kind of pull away because they believe that we're here in the United States and we're rich. So if you don't give them what they want, things tend to get out of hand. So that's why, I've had to walk away from a few relationships, as far as like a couple of siblings and things like that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think we've had that. I think that's I I really think that's a universal thing because sometimes it's not the fact that you're lending money. Well, I told my siblings I don't lend money. I give money. If I have it, you got it. But if I ain't got it, you ain't got it. Because when you lend when you lend folks money, you expect it back. And if you expect it back, you're gonna get because I know I cursed out a lot of people in my mind when I gave them money and they act like I ain't give them money. That happens to a lot of us. And we take our money seriously. Like you said, it doesn't matter if you're in the Dominican Republic or Statesboro, Georgia, money's money. And if people think you got it like that and you don't, you gotta let them know. And it's like just because you don't have money doesn't mean that I'm obligated to lend it to you. So those things, I could definitely understand. I said we have some family members that I'd be dreading they call like, what do you want? I'd be thinking in my head, what do you want? How you doing? How's everything going? Because no matter what, you're gonna know you know what's coming up. You know what's coming up.
I remember one time my youngest son called you, and as soon as you answer the phone, how much you need, nephew? He was like, "What you talking about? I'm just calling to say how you doing." He said, "Oh, okay." And then you stop doing that when people call.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's I mean, it was that's how I was feeling at the time. But I've definitely gotten past that. I've definitely gotten past that. If y'all you know if y'all need and I got y'all got. So it's not a it's but I realize that I'm in a position to help and I take that very seriously. Um
I
Big
want to
hat,
answer the question.
go ahead.
I have it was hard for me to let go. And actually I was just thinking to myself yesterday that I tend to want to fix things, so I hold on to stuff. But after my cancer scare, uh, oh, cancer reality, I'm not gonna say scare, reality, um, it made me realize that I have to say no and I have to push back and I have to remove myself from certain situations for my health reasons. But before, I still will hold on to stuff and it'll stress me out. I'll still hold on to people. And I realized that when I left South Carolina, my mindset was I needed to a change. I always said my season was over in South Carolina, and so
Right.
me moving to Florida allowed me to create a new season and start over again. Then when I got cancer, I realized, hey, it's another season, and I'm going through another season of me rebuilding myself and realizing how important my life is to me versus my life is as important to someone else. And I
Right.
had to put myself first. So it allowed me to say no and allowed me to calmly remove myself from those situations and those persons. Because not saying that I don't love them, not saying that I don't want to hang out every now and again, but I have to remove myself from the situation because it wasn't good for me.
No,
So
that
that's
makes
how I
sense.
was able to advance and to evolve in my life and in my new situations, because I held on too much too long. Like, I held on to my marriage extremely too long, but I held on it for other reasons. I held on it for, to me, the wrong reason. Um, but once I finally said, okay, my season is over, I can't do this anymore. You know, those leaves have changed. I cannot dehydrate those leaves. I have to let them go. And that
Yeah.
new leaves are going to fall off the tree, and I need to embrace that situation. So I had to realize that I can't just rake my leaves up and keep them. I had to rake them and dispose of them. So, and that's what I had to learn to do.
One thing is, I think technically as women, we tend to like hold on to things, and we don't release things like men do. I think part of it is our strength and our
Right.
ability to try to like figure out how to make something out of nothing. Where I feel like that's why I said, in a sense, when you can easily walk away, it's a show of cowardice, and we tend to have that, which is not a good thing per se.
Vulnerability, right.
Yeah.
We tend to have
Yeah.
that vulnerability.
Yeah, where we want to, like, you know, we want to fight for it. We want to work for it. Like, what can we
We
do?
want to fix it, right.
Yeah, exactly.
But we have to learn, especially as we get older, because those are growing pains when you're younger. But as
Right.
you get older, those aches and pains are just too much to bear, and we have to take the medicine to minimize it, and possibly go through a surgery and remove it.
I think a lot of it is figuring out how to really like put you and your needs first. And sometimes I also feel like that's what I try to like show to my daughter, in a sense, even though they have this statement talking about you make us hate men. And I'm like, what? I don't think that's it. I think it's knowing your worth and knowing your value. And I feel like that's why I always tell them, you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you meet your prince, because in a sense, I feel like that's the thing I didn't do with my first marriage. And I just feel like at the end of the day, I feel like when you kind of live your life, fall, get up again and start over, it gives you the bruises, the growing pains, to be able to know when to walk away and know like how long to stay.
You're right. And that's what it is. It's the growing pains that you have to go through. But once you've grown up, you have to realize.
Thanks for watching. This is the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce, saying, never make love by the garden gate, though love is blind, the neighbor's ain't.